Hey everyone, it's Melissa with DJ Event Planner. In this video, I'll show you how to create planning forms within DJ Event Planner account and how to assign them to your events. Let's start with a little explanation about planning forms and what each type of form represents. First, sign into your DJ EP account and then click on Event Planning. Then click on Planning Evaluation Forms. Here you will see three main categories of planning forms: event activities forms, additional planning forms, and evaluation forms. Let me begin by explaining these categories. The event activities form is your primary planning form. You can assign one event activities form to an event. This form should be considered your main planning form for your event and should include the most important information for you to manage that event successfully. I would suggest having an event activities form for each of the different types of events that you do: birthdays, bar or bat mitzvahs, corporate events, weddings, etc. Additional planning forms are just that. They're additional forms you can attach to your events for extra information you would like to have for that event. You can assign as many additional planning forms as you would like to an event. These additional planning forms can be anything from bridal trivia, wedding introductions, games and contests, vendor information, and so many more. And finally, we have evaluation forms. Now, the evaluation forms are for after-event client feedback of your company's services. There are a couple of different options for creating or adding a planning form to your DJ Event Planner account. First, you can find planning forms that have been created and shared by other DJ Event Planner users and import them directly into your own account. To see user-shared planning forms, go to Event Planning, Planning Evaluation Forms, and then Form Sharing along the top of the page. Here, you can click on what type of form you're looking for along the left side of the page, and then you can preview any of the forms that are listed here. If you find a form that you like, you simply click on Import Form, and that form will be saved to your planning forms in your account. You can then find the form in your account and edit that form to customize to your needs. The second option of adding a planning form to your account is to build the form directly. If you have a favorite planning form that you currently use, you can design your own planning form by clicking on the Add New Form button on the right. In this first step, you will give your form a name, choose what type of form this is, either event activities form, additional planning form, or evaluation form, then make sure the form is active. Then click Save, and your form is now ready to build. First, let's click on the Add New section here. Then give that section a title. You can change the background of that section title by clicking here. Then click on Save. Now you can start to add your questions or comments within that section. To add a question, simply click on Add Question, and then type in the question wording and choose the question type below. In this instance, we're going to leave it as a text option. Then click the Save button. And you will see you now have a question within your Names section for the bride's name, and I'll also add a question for the groom's name. At this point, I'm going to add a comment to the form saying that they can fill out the following section as needed. In the next question, I'm going to have the answer be filled out in a text box grid. You will see a new section open at the bottom of the question page that allows me to customize how I want the text box grid to appear on the form. I will then include 10 rows with 2 columns, one labeled first name and one labeled last name. Then hit Save. At this point, I want to preview what the form will look like, so I simply click on the Preview button at the top of the form. I decide that I only want one column under the bridesmaids' names, so I click on the Actions button for that question, then Edit. Once I've made my changes, I click on Save. You will see the difference in preview mode. Now just keep adding your questions, comments, and new sections as needed for your forms, making sure to click Save as you go until your forms are complete. And now that you've completed your planning forms within DJ Event Planner, you're ready for your clients to use them. You will need to add the planning forms on a per event basis. Let's show you how this is done. Planning forms can be added to an event either when first adding an event into the system or to an existing event in edit mode. With either option, they are added to an event in the Planning tab of that event. For example, I'm going to go to an existing event, then click on Edit. Next, go to the Planning tab. You will see all of your created planning forms in this section. To assign the form, simply click here in front of the form you want to use. Remember, you can assign one event activity form to an event, but you can assign multiple additional planning forms as needed. Once you have selected the forms you want to assign, simply click on the Save button, which will bring you back to the Event Details page. Now, under the Planning tab, you will see the assigned planning forms here. Once they've been assigned, your clients will then have access to the forms in their client portal when they click on the Plan My Event button, and they can start to fill in their planning details for you. And that's the basics of planning forms. Have a play around, create your forms as needed, or simply import them from other users to save yourself that time. If you found this video and have not yet signed up for our free 30-day trial, please do so at djeventplanner.com.